Alright, there we have it right there. Montgomery Gentry, She Couldn't Change Me. Coming up next, we have Train, Calling All Angels. I'd like to make an announcement. Verizon, just an hour ago, acknowledged that they will be getting the iPhone come this February on the Verizon network. There's been rumors since last June that they were going to be getting the iPhone. And everyone's been going back and forth about it because it wasn't actually confirmed. So people saying, yeah, they've heard it, they mentioned it, they're going to be getting it. But people saying, no, that's only a rumor, that's not true. But there's just now, they confirmed it will be in February. And I kind of heard it was going to be in February back in June. So that's a big announcement because people have been complaining a lot about AT&T's network and, how they've been getting a lot of drop calls and slow data speeds, and the iPhone has actually put a big impact on their network. So, it's funny because some people are saying, no, the iPhone is what's causing the drop calls. It's not the other. It's not the other phones, because the other phones aren't having to drop calls. But I'm kind of wondering, the iPhone is It's a smarter device, so maybe when the data gets too slow and it's going to start impacting the call, maybe it will drop it before another phone will. But I'm just wondering if maybe it is the AT&T network that's causing the iPhone to have the issues, because a lot of people say the phone was actually designed quite well. Well, people complain about the iPhone, but every phone's got its issues. Sprint's got issues with their phones. Verizon's got issues with their phones. Every smartphone has its issues. BlackBerry's got a lot of issues. For one of their issues is it takes like 10 minutes just to boot it up. So every phone out there's got its issues. I think the iPhone has actually got the least amount of issues than all of them. But because it's such a popular device, any little issue that comes out, people are going to complain about. How many, that Android's got some issues. It's already had some viruses out. As far as what this is getting off track of what I designed to say today, but the Android's already had like 3 viruses, and the iPhone, yes, there has been viruses for the iPhone, but only if you've unlocked your phone. There hasn't been one yet that's going to affect it if the phone is still locked under Apple. But with that said, AT&T out here, they're starting to expand, and I think they know, and they've known that the contract was broken a couple months ago, and I think that's why they got rid of their unlimited data plan. But I believe a couple months ago they got rid of it. And I believe it had something to do with Apple breaking a contract with AT&T, why they're not offering the unlimited data plan anymore. But I think they know that Apple's looking to start selling it on other networks, and right now it's only going to be Verizon. But I think if it does well on Verizon, I believe they're going to start expanding it all over to maybe Sprint, T-Mobile, and other networks, if it does well on Verizon, because they plan on selling a couple million iPhones within the first, I think they said the first year of it being on Verizon. So that's going to be a lot more production there for Apple. And I think AT&T knows that they're going to start losing customers, and that's going to actually probably, they're going to probably use this as a sales pitch, because when people start switching to Verizon to get a better network, and Verizon doesn't seem to be worried about this. They think their network's going to be able to handle it. But when people start switching to Verizon, I guarantee you AT&T's network will get better, and it's going to be faster, less dropped calls. That's because their network's starting to free up, and they're going to say, "Hey, look, we fixed it." No, they didn't really fix anything. It's just people went to another network, so it freed up space on theirs. The funny thing is they plan on adding 4G on their network. Now, they're advertising AT&T 4G right now. I don't believe that it's out yet. Right in my little section, right here, in this little area, it's only Edge, at the Edge network. they did add 3G to their network down the road. That was Edge up in all the 4 years we've been here. That's all been Edge until probably a couple months ago. But if we want to get 3G, we got to drive it like an hour down the road. So, well, it's not quite an hour. Exaggerating a little bit. It's actually 10 minutes, might be a couple miles. It's in Russell. They have actually, if we walk just down the street, we can actually look and see the tower. But because we're behind the mountain, we can't get reception from that tower. But if we want it, we can go up the street and we get full service. Here we get one bar. But anyways, that's just AT&T in this little area. Verizon actually doesn't do too bad. I got the Verizon Air card. It's the Wi-Fi card for the internet, and it's actually pretty good because I get their 3G just about everywhere. It's very seldom that I actually end up on their 1X network. So Verizon, they have a good network, and they don't seem to be too concerned with the increased bandwidth usage on their network. Come with the iPhone. So they probably have been planning on this for a long time, and they've been expanding their network because Verizon's getting a 4G network also. So they've been planning on expanding their network to be able to handle this increased usage. So if they can handle that and it works out well for them, they're going to do real well. And if it doesn't work out and they don't have the network up to par where it could be for this usage, where it should be for this usage, it's going to actually hurt their network. People are going to start to think twice about how good Verizon's network really is. But it's been pretty good up until now. And they've got the biggest coverage area in the whole country. So that's why I'm thinking, if it does real well, and I'm going to look and I'm going to watch it, if it does real well, I'll probably go to Verizon because they got a bigger coverage area throughout the whole country than AT&T. Out where my aunt lives, AT&T doesn't have coverage at all. If they have good coverage for voice coverage right here in the, right here in New England. But you go out west, like where my aunt lives, and South Dakota, and all up in the northern part of the states up there, it's all a dead zone. There's no coverage at all. So I'm thinking about it, and we'll just see how it does. It's wait and see what happens. Everyone's going to jump on this, and I'm sure they're not going to be all the iPhones for that network. Will be sold out, so there'll be another. Just like when the iPhone 4 first came out, there's going to be a waiting list. But just wait and see, because it's going to boom, and there's going to be a lot of people jumping in on it. But I would wait a couple months. I wouldn't just jump in and get the very first one that comes out, because I'm sure there's going to be some issues with it, because it was they did have to change it over from AT&T because they do broadcast on different frequencies. Like, the way the iPhone is tied in with AT&T right now, some of the features may not work right away on Verizon. So they may have to do they may have to change it a little bit. And I'm going to want to look at it because there are some features on there they may not be able to get to work. And so I'd like to look and see, what changes they made to the internal OS on the phone just to get it to work with their network. But, yeah, well, we'll just have to see. I believe that FaceTime will not require you to use a Wi-Fi network once it's on Verizon, because that's one of the things I think they were advertising, that FaceTime will be done over their 3G or 4G networks, and so I'm gonna have to look and see what how things are on there, because there was they had integrated certain things on AT&T as far as call forwarding goes, where you could, instead of doing the *72, you could actually just type it in and get it to go. And also on AT&T, you do not when you call somebody, you can't hit the 5 key and page just like every other phone you can. Even the Android, you can do that, but you can't do that with the iPhone on AT&T. And for some reason it doesn't work. It just sends you right to voicemail. So it's probably the way it was tied in with their network. So I've got to see when it switches over to Verizon if that's actually going to be available or not. that could be another thing. Other than that, as far as the Android, people with the between Android and iPhone, they're always complaining that there's certain glitches on the iPhone and not on the Android and other smartphones and BlackBerry. BlackBerry, just terrible. It takes like 10 minutes to boot. I don't like it. Some people like it. I don't. But as far as viruses go, Androids had 3, iPhones had a few. Only on the unlocked versions of the iPhone. If it's locked under Apple, there hasn't been any yet that affected it. I'm sure that's to come. I'm sure they'll have some coming out. But those are the differences. So it doesn't matter what device. Every device is going to have some issue. So it's just a matter of which one's worse. I think the iPhone's actually got the least amount of problems out of all of them. But so that's why I like it. It's got the most versatility because you can get so many different apps, which Android's actually getting quite a few, and I believe their market now is screening them. So just like Apple's screening their apps to make sure there's no viruses. But if you unlock either one of them, you're open up to, because there's so many companies out there. They're republishing apps for it, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to write viruses for it because it's just like a PC. More and more people are doing more on their phone now than there are their PC. So you're just going to have to, you're going to have to look and see what. If you like the Android, I'm not saying the Android's a bad phone. I like the Android. The Android's a really good phone, but you just look and see on there how what apps you need, because there are more for the iPhone right now, but there's a lot of companies that are writing them for the Android. So take a look, whatever ones you like, just go with that, and pretty soon all the smartphones are going to cover all network, so all networks. So it'll be up to you what network you want to go to, and pretty soon I like Sprint. Sprint's good because they were the first to release 4G. But pretty soon, I think there's going to be like one major network. AT&T's been around a long time, but they haven't been improving their network as far as Sprint and Verizon has. Sprint and Verizon has been improving their network pretty well. Sprint was the first to come out with the 4G, and now it's expanding. Then it went to Verizon. Now it's going to AT&T. But AT&T is way behind in everybody else in expanding their network. It's probably a money issue. I'm sure that's what it is. And more businesses are probably going with either Sprint or Verizon than AT&T. Some businesses, you get discounts. If you work at a company, they'll give you discounts for the AT&T network just because they want you to, join their network, and they need more customers. But anyway, today we're under a winter storm warning. Yesterday they issued a watch. Today's a warning. Got a big storm coming up, nor'easter. Hey, it's winter, just like the last storm. So that'll be starting around 11 o'clock or so tonight. So today, all through today, you're fine. Head out there, get what you need to do. Tonight you'll be fine. It'll be starting around 11, but it's going to get heavy as soon as it starts, and probably have quite a few inches on the ground come morning. So the morning commute will be pretty bad, going to work or wherever you have to go in the morning. So just take it easy out there. Drive really slow. Last snowstorm we had accidents on the road before the snow even fell. So let's try to improve this time, and let's just take it easy out there and avoid those accidents. So coming up right now on Wolf Radio, I will have this posted on my website. So check it out online, onedavid6.com. I have everything posted as far as Verizon goes, and I'll keep you updated with the winter storm warning. And they're predicting, I'm looking at my weather station right now, and it says snow heavy at times. They're predicting 10 to 20 inches, and maybe up to 26 inches in some areas. That'll be further towards Boston and into Connecticut. But depending on which way the storm tracks, those amounts can change. Of course, in every weather forecast, the amounts can change. So, coming up right now, we have Train, Calling All Angels. where children have to play inside so they don't disappear. I just like that line. But anyways, right here, Train's Calling All Angels on Wolf Radio. Stay tuned, everyone.